The first thing you need to know about the ash run is that the ash is not the worst part. You think it will be. Everyone does. You see the gray quarter in Windhelm, you see the filth and the soot coating every stone like a shroud, and you think the job is about shoveling cinders. It is not. The ash is just the dust sheet they throw over the real mess. You are Egil, right? The steward sent you. Good. My name is Agnar. I have been doing the ash run for 7 years. I took over from an old fellow named Horror, who coughed his lungs out into a bucket one morning and never got up again. Do not look so worried. Horror was a fool. He breathed through his mouth. That is the second thing you need to know. Keep your mouth shut, always. Breathe through your nose, and if the stink gets too bad, use the rag. I will give you one. It is soaked in a bit of pine oil, helps cut the smell. A little. Here is the cart. She is not much to look at, I know. The wheels squeak and the left one pulls a bit, but she is solid ironwood. She has to be. Some days she gets heavy. These are your tools. A broadhead shovel for the big drifts. A flat scraper for the gutters and the packed stuff. A bucket for the lye. And this hook. Never ever lose this hook. It is for things you do not want to touch. And there are a lot of things you do not want to touch. Our route is simple. We start here at the top of the quarter, just inside the main city gate. We work our way down, street by street, until we hit the back wall by the river. We scrape, we shovel, we load, then we take the cart to the outflow grate and dump it. The river does the rest. The whole thing takes about 6 hours if you are quick and nothing goes wrong. Something always goes wrong. The Jarl, Ulfric Stormcloak himself, wants the city clean. Or at least he wants the parts the important Nords see to be clean. The Grey Quarter is not for Nords. This job, this whole run, it is not for the Dunmer who live here. They do not pay us. The palace pays us. It is about appearances. So the merchants coming in from the docks do not have to wade through knee-deep ash and whatever else is underneath it. It is about keeping the rot on their side of the city. Our job is to make sure the rot does not spill over. You look strong enough. That is good. But this is not about strength. It is about stomach and about your back. Always lift with your legs, not your back. I am serious. I knew a lad, Stenvar, big as a bear. Lasted 2 weeks, threw his back out lifting a frozen heap of... well, a frozen heap. He walks with a stick now. So, legs. Got it? Good. Let us start with the first gutter, see how the ash is packed in there, wet and heavy from the last snow. You do not shovel that first. You take the scraper, like this. You get the blade right down to the stone and you use short, hard shoves. It is like breaking up ice on a pond. You want to loosen it into chunks. Do not try to be a hero and pry up the whole length at once. You will snap the handle or your wrist, just chunks. See? Then the shovel. Get the shovel head under the chunk and use your knee to lever it up. Then into the cart. Do not just fling it. The dust gets everywhere. You will be eating it for a week. A gentle toss. There you go. Now you do the next bit. Do not look at them, that is another rule. The Dunmer. They will be watching you from their windows, they always do. They will not say anything, most of them, they just watch. Some of them hate you because you are a Nord, cleaning their home like they are animals in a pen. Some of them hate you because you represent the Nords who put them in this pen. And some of them, the old ones mostly, just have this tired look. Like you are another season they have to endure. Like a long winter or a blight. You are just a fact of their lives they did not ask for. You cannot do anything about any of it. So you do not look. You look at the gutter. You look at your scraper. You look at the cart. The job is here on the ground, not in the windows. The pay is decent. I will give the steward that. 15 septims a day. Every day. Rain, snow, or sun's height heat. It is steady work. More than a lot of folk in this city can say. That is why you are here, is it not? steady work, you will earn it, every single coin. By the end of the day, you will feel each one of them sitting like a lead weight in your pocket. Careful there. You are dragging the scraper blade. It makes a God's awful noise and it dulls the edge. Lift it between scrapes. There, that is better. You learn the rhythm of it. Scrape, scrape, lift, shove, lift, turn, shovel, lever, toss. It is a kind of dance. A clumsy, stinking dance. But it is a rhythm. Find it. It will save your energy. You have a long way to go before we are done. Now the lie. We do not use it everywhere, only in the places where the stink is worst. Alley mouths behind the corner club, places where they dump their night soil. You see that dark patch there? That is what we are looking for. You take a scoop of the lye powder from the sack, put it in the bucket, add some water from this skin. Not too much. You want a paste, not a soup. A soup just runs off. A paste sticks. Then you use this old brush to paint it over the stain. It will kill the smell. Mostly, it will also burn your skin right off, so do not get any on you. If you do, rinse it immediately with the clean water. Do not wait. I saw a man, a Breton sellsword, doing this work for a week to pay off a debt. He got a splash on his hand and thought nothing of it. By the end of the day, the skin was white and peeling. The next morning, it was black. He lost 2 fingers. The lie is not a joke. Treat it with respect. Good. You are a fast learner. Let us move to the next section. This part is harder. The street narrows here and the buildings lean in. The sun does not reach the ground. Everything stays wet and half frozen all year round. The ash turns into a thick black sludge. It sticks to the shovel. You will have to knock it off against the side of the cart every time. It is slow going. This is where people start to give up. Their arms get tired, the stink gets in their clothes, and they start thinking about the 15 septums and wondering if it is worth it. What do you think, Egil? Is it worth it yet? Do not answer, just keep scraping. We are coming up on the new Genesis Corner Club. The owner, a Dunmer named Ambaris, sometimes he will leave out a bottle of sujama. Do not drink it, not while you are working. It will hit you harder than you think, and then you will get careless. Careless is how you end up like Hror or Stinvar. If he leaves it out, you nod, you thank him, and you put it in the cart to take with you when you are done. It is a gesture. He knows this street is cleaner because of us, even if he hates why we are here. He is a practical man. The other Dunmer, they see him do it, and maybe they think a little differently, or maybe they just think he is a collaborator. It is not our business to know. We just take the bottle and keep working. And here is Rolf's stone fist. Perfect. Just what the morning needed. Now here is a lesson that is not about shoveling. You make yourself small. You do not meet his eye. You find a patch of gutter that is suddenly the most interesting thing in all of Skyrim. You are a tool, a piece of equipment. You are the Jarl's shovel. You are not a man. Men have pride. The Jarl's shovel does not. Rolf and his friends, they drink at Candlehearth Hall until they are full of mead and hate, and then they come down here to remind the elves they are living on Nord charity. And to them, you are no better. You are a Nord doing elf work, a traitor to your own kind, helping them live in our city. That is how they see it. You cannot argue with them. You cannot fight them. You can only outlast them. He is going to say something. Let him. Let the words fall on the ground like spit. You do not have to pick them up. Just keep your head down. Keep working. He wants a reaction. He wants you to get angry. If you get angry, he wins. He gets to prove to his friends how tough he is by knocking your teeth out. And then the guards come, and it is your word against a true son of Skyrim. Guess who they believe? So you stay quiet. You scrape. You shovel. You are nothing, not a thing. See? He is getting bored. There is no sport in kicking a rock. He spat on the ground near your boots. Fine. It will get cleaned up with the rest. He called you an ashlicker. Fine. It is not the worst thing I have been called this week. Now they are moving on, off to bother some poor Dunmer merchant. They are not our problem anymore. You can look up now, boy. Your hands are shaking. That is normal. The first few times it hits you. The injustice of it, the shame. You want to take the shovel and crack his skull with it, I know. I have felt it. But my skull is still in one piece, and so is his, and I still have my job. That is the choice you make every time. Your pride or your 15 septums. You cannot have both. Not in this job. Let us keep moving. We have lost time. We need to work faster now. The next part is the worst for the sludge. The alley behind the butcher's shop. They dump their scraps and bones back here. In the summer it is swarming with flies, and the smell can knock a troll over. In the winter, it all freezes into a solid block of rotting meat and bone and ash. We have to break it up with pickaxes before we can even start shoveling. We are lucky today. It is not that cold. It will just be a foul, stinking soup. This is where the hook comes in. You will see things in this mess. Things you do not want to identify. You use the hook, you pull them out, you get them in the cart. You do not think about what they were. A boot, a ruined book, a child's doll with one eye missing. They are just shapes. They are just weight for the cart. That is all. I remember my first year I found a lute. A proper Dunmer lute, made of dark wood with mother-of-pearl inlay. It was cracked down the middle and missing its strings, but it was still beautiful. I pulled it out of a pile of refuse right here. I thought about taking it home, trying to fix it. I held it for a long time. Then I looked up and saw a woman watching me from a window above. She had this look on her face, not anger, not pity, just a deep, weary sadness. I realized it was probably hers, or her husband's, or her child's. Something loved that was now trash. I put it in the cart and buried it under a load of filth. It was just another broken thing. This job is about burying broken things. You have to learn that. Some of them are just in the gutter, some of them are inside you. You are doing well, Egil. You have a good rhythm now. You are not wasting motion, your back is straight. You did not even flinch when that skeever darted out of the pile. You might actually last. Most of the new ones, they are gone by now. They make an excuse, they feel sick, they say they will be back tomorrow, they never come back. But you are still here. Now let me tell you about the gray market. You will find things, not just broken loots. Sometimes you find septums, a dropped coin, or a whole purse. Sometimes a ring, a necklace. The official rule from the steward's office is that anything of value is to be turned over to the city guard. That is the official rule. The unofficial rule is that you have to eat. The steward does not pay us enough to be saints. So here is my rule. Agnar's rule. You can follow it or not, but it has kept me alive and out of the Jarl's dungeons for 7 years. If you find a coin or two loose in the muck, it is yours. The divines know you have earned it. It is hazard pay. If you find a purse with more than 20 septums or with a name on it, you turn it in. More trouble than it is worth. If you find jewelry, you look at it. Is it fancy? Silver, gold with gems? You turn it in. A rich person lost it, and they have friends in high places. They will ask questions, but if it is simple, a plain silver ring, a small pendant, something a working man or woman would wear, you wait. You keep it for a day. You come back tomorrow and you work this area again. You listen. Do you hear people talking about a lost ring? Does a Dunmer approach you looking desperate, asking if you have seen anything? If so, you give it back. You say you found it in the gutter. You will make no friend, not really, but you will earn a sliver of something like respect. It might stop a rock being thrown at your head one day. If you hear nothing after a day or two, then it is yours. Take it to the pawn shop, get your septums, and do not feel guilty. This city has taken more from you than a cheap ring is worth. The worst is finding things from children. A little wooden sword, a scribbled drawing. You find those, you leave them, you clean around them, you pretend you did not see them. There are some things that even this job should not touch. That is not the steward's rule, that is my rule. You need to have some lines you do not cross, otherwise the filth gets inside you, and once it is in there it does not come out. We are about halfway done. How is your back? Your arms? You are slowing down. I can see it, your shovelfuls are getting smaller. You are taking longer between scrapes. This is the wall, not a stone wall. The wall in your mind. It tells you to stop. It tells you that you have done enough. It tells you that this is impossible, that the filth goes on forever. You have to push through it. Take a drink of water, stretch your back, then get back to it. The wall only wins if you let it. Let me tell you about Berlin. He was a young man, a farmer's son from the Pale. Came here looking for a better life, ended up with this cart just like you. He was a hard worker, strong, but he thought too much. He would ask questions. Why do the Dunmer live like this? Why do the other Nords hate them so much? Why is this our job? I told him it does not matter. The why is not our concern, the gutter is our concern, but he kept asking. He started talking to the elves. Not just a nod and a thank you for the Sujama. He would ask their names. He would ask about their families in Morrowind. He thought he could be a bridge. He thought he could make a difference. One night he was in the corner club having a drink. Some of the younger Dunmer, the ones full of fire and anger, they cornered him. Accused him of being a spy for Ulfric, said he was counting them, mapping their houses. He tried to tell them he was their friend. They laughed at him. They beat him, broke his arm and 3 of his ribs. He was lucky to get out alive. The next day he was gone, left the city, went back to the farm. He did not understand. You cannot be their friend. You are the man who cleans their toilet. That is all they see. And you cannot be the other Nord's friend because you are the man who cleans the elves' toilet. You are in the middle, and the middle is a lonely, dangerous place to be. So you do the job. You take the pay. You go home. You drink your mead. You sleep. You get up and do it again. You do not try to be anything more than what you are. The man with the cart. It is the only way to survive. Look at this, right here. This is what I was talking about. You see this shape under the ash? Get the hook. Gently now. Pry it loose. That is it. It is a body. An old man. A Dunmer. He is frozen solid. Probably fell asleep in a drunken stupor and never woke up. It happens. More than you would think, especially in winter. Now you do not panic. You do not touch him. You do not go through his pockets. That is ghoul's work, and it will get you hanged. You take a breath. Then you go and get the city guard. The barracks is just up the street. You tell them Agnar Marshwalker sent you. You tell them we have a frozen stiff in the south alley of the Grey Quarter. They will complain. They will curse you for ruining their morning. But they will come. It is their job. While you are gone, I will stand watch here. Make sure the skeevers do not get to him. Go on. It is an ugly part of the job, I know. But death is a part of this quarter. It is woven into the ash. You find the old who could not take another winter. You find the sick who had no gold for a potion. You find the desperate who drank themselves into Sovngarde or whatever oblivion they believe in. Your job is not to judge. It is not to mourn. It is to report. You are a witness. You see it, you say what you saw, and then you let the guards handle it. And once they take him away, we will have to clean this spot, clean it well. With extra lie. Out of respect, no. That is not right, it is not respect, it is sanitation. It is about preventing disease. You cannot think about it as respect. If you start thinking about these people as people, you will go mad. He is a sanitation problem, that is all. A mess we have to clean up. You have to believe that. You have to make yourself believe it. The guards have taken him. See? They wrapped him in a canvas sheet and hauled him off like a sack of grain. They did not ask his name. They will put him in the hall of the dead, and if no one claims him, he will be burned with the rest of the paupers. Another nameless ghost in this city of ghosts. All right, Egil, back to work. Get the lie. A thick coat on this spot. We do not want the dogs or the skeevers digging around here later. That is good. You did not hesitate. You did not look away. Maybe you are made of harder stuff than I thought. Or maybe you are just getting numb. Numb is good. Numb is a tool. It is like the scraper or the shovel. You use it to get through the day. We are almost at the end of the run, just this last stretch. This is where the poorest of them live, the ones who just arrived from Morrowind with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The buildings here are practically ruins. The wind whips through the cracks. The ash piles up in dunes against the doors. You will find things. Things that make you sad. A pair of worn-out shoes carefully placed by a doorway as if they expect to be worn again. A bowl with a smear of thin gruel frozen to the bottom. This is the part of the job that feels the most like grave robbing. You are clearing away the last traces of failed lives. But you cannot think that way. You have to shut that part of your mind off. It is just ash. It is just refuse. It is just a job. Say it with me. It is just a job. We are done. The street is as clean as it is going to get. Now for the last part. Taking the cart to the river. This part is easy, but do not get sloppy. The cart is heavy now. Heavy with all the misery of this quarter. It will try to run away from you on the downhill slope. Keep a firm grip. Use your weight as a brake. This is the outflow grate. The city's sewer and drainage all empty out here into the river. We are just adding to it. You back the cart up to the edge. There is a lever on the side. When you pull it, the front panel will drop open. Be ready. You have to tip the cart at the same time, all in one motion. If you do it wrong, half the load will spill on your feet. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. All of it. All the ash, the sludge, the filth, the broken things, the memory of that old man. It is all gone, swept away by the current, heading out to sea. It is not our problem anymore, until tomorrow. Tomorrow we will fill the cart all over again. That is it. That is the ash run. We take the cart back to the shed. We scrape the tools clean. We wash our hands and face at the pump. We go to the steward's office. I tell him you did a good job. He will give you your pay, 15 septims. You are quiet. Are you thinking about quitting? Are you thinking you would rather starve than do this again? I understand most do, but before you decide, let me tell you one last thing. A few years ago, during a particularly bad winter, there was a sickness, a lung fever. It swept through the Grey Quarter. People were dying in their homes. The Hall of the Dead was overflowing. The guards would not even come down here. They sealed off the quarter, no one in, no one out. But I still had my job. I still had my cart. Every morning I would come in, and the Dunmer, they would leave their dead in the street for me, wrapped in blankets, sometimes with a flower or a stone with their name scratched on it. I was their only undertaker. I filled this cart with their fathers, their wives, their children. I took them to the pyres myself. I did not get paid extra. I did not get a thank you. But I did it, because if I did not, they would have rotted in the streets. This job is not about cleaning ash, Egil. It is about holding back the tide of filth, of sickness, of despair. We are the ones who stand in the gutter and keep it from flooding the whole city. It is a filthy job. It is a thankless job. No songs will be sung about us, no statues will be raised, but we do it. Because someone has to. Because without us, this city, this grand city of Ulfric Stormcloak would choke on its own refuse. So you can take your 15 septims and go. I will not blame you. Or you can come back tomorrow, and the day after that, and you can learn to shut out the noise and the stink and the shame. You can learn to be numb. You can learn to do the work. The choice is yours. I see the steward now. Let us go get our pay. You earned it today, you truly did. We have our coin. It feels heavy in my hand today. Some days it does. Now I am going to the tavern, not Candlehearth. A little place down by the docks. They do not care what you smell like there as long as your septums are good. You should come. The first drink is on me. You need it. After a day like this, you need something to burn the cold out of your bones and the memory out of your head. So tell me, Egil, that look on your face. I have seen it before. You are thinking about the old man. You are wondering if he had a family, if anyone will miss him. Stop. That is not your burden. You cannot carry all the dead of this city on your back. You can only carry what fits in the cart, and the cart is empty now. Remember that. The thing nobody understands is that this job, it gives you a strange kind of power. You see the city for what it really is. Not the glorious capital of the rebellion, not the ancient seat of kings. You see the guts of it, the rot, the parts everyone else pretends are not there. You know its secrets. You know who is sick, who is poor, who is drinking themselves to death. You know the truth of the place. And there is a freedom in that. When you have shoveled the worst of what people leave behind, there is not much left that can scare you. Not even a loudmouth drunk like Rolf Stonefist. He is just another piece of trash in the gutter. He does not know it yet. But you do. That is the final lesson, I suppose, the one that took me years to learn. This job is not beneath you. It is beneath everyone else. They have to live in their clean houses and pretend the filth does not exist. They have to lie to themselves every day. We do not. We see the truth. We shovel it into a cart and dump it in the river. There is an honesty in it, a brutal, stinking honesty. It is not a job for a hero. It is a job for a survivor. You look like you might be a survivor, Egil. I hope I am right. We could use another one. Come on, let us get that drink. We will not talk about work. We will talk about anything else. The price of mead, the weather, whether the Jarl will ever finally chase the Empire out of Skyrim. Small talk. The kind of talk clean people have. For an hour or two, we can pretend to be clean. Then tomorrow we get up and we face the ash again. Always check the soles of your boots before you start the day. A small hole can let in the damp, and the damp can put you in a sickbed faster than any fever.